Welcome, everyone, to this edition of Golf Gossip. I'm Shan Coughlin.
And I'm Jamie Catola.
And we're the Real Wives of Golf Professionals, here to talk to you about what's in the headline news. Well, I don't know if talk or gossip is better. I like to gossip.
Yeah, we gossip.
Yeah.
Because that's what women do.
We're definitely going to do some today, though, because we're right after the U.S. Open, heading into the Women's Open, lots of stuff going on. Jamie, what have we got on tap first?
Let's see. First things first. Well, Phil is under investigation.
He is.
I don't believe any of it.
You know, here's the thing. I mean, my mom's a stockbroker. And I know sometimes I'll ask questions and she'll be, she's just very careful. And, she said more than once, look, this is no joke. People call each other and they talk about what they found and, it's all kind of innocent. But at some point when they're talking about the numbers they're talking about, my piddly little 10 shares is not going to do much. But when you start talking about tens of millions, but, so when he says he's done nothing wrong, I do believe it. I believe he's done nothing wrong, but that doesn't mean he's really done nothing wrong.
Well, I think he thinks he's done nothing wrong.
Right.
I think technically he probably hasn't done anything. Maybe his people aren't so clean.
Gosh, and we've seen that so many times, haven't we?
Martha.
Oh, so, you have to hire people to help you when so you can focus on what you do to bring in that income.
Yeah.
And then the people just absolutely screw you.
Yeah, but he seemed very confident after, was it the second or third round? They asked him again in his interviews, and he just was like, listen, I don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. I'm fine.
I'm done.
Enough. I'm going to go play in the U.S. Open. Thanks.
Yeah, and that's what he should do. And I really say, hand slap to the journalists who are doing that. He'd already addressed it and said he wasn't going to talk about it. Why are you still asking him about it? What are you trying to catch him in a weak moment?
Well, I think because he didn't play very well, and they didn't have anything else to talk about.
Now that could have been, because you don't want to sit up there and go, hey, so wasn't that great today, was it? So, that's the point. So then you talk about a federal investigation.
Yeah, so because you didn't play so good, did you have insider trading?
Yeah, what a mess. But I do, you have managers for a reason. They're supposed to know what's right and what's wrong, so you don't have to worry about it.
That's right.
And I don't know that it was technically his manager. I just said, I guess people are better. But the FBI and the Security and Exchange Commissions are investigating suspicious trades in a bleach company, right? Clorox company, isn't that bleach? But anyway, it's...
He's got to keep those shirts white.
I guess. But anyway, best wishes to Phil. He's one of our faves, as we've said often.
He is my fave.
So, lucky lefty. Hope you get out of this unscathed. But like he said, if he's done absolutely nothing wrong and he is cooperating fully, then, maybe his peeps go down, but he should be good.
That's it.
All right. Moving along the list.
Well, we've got the U.S. Open, so we can talk a little bit about that.
Because somebody was there.
I was there.
Somebody's jealous. That'd be me.
It was fun. It was hot.
Now, here's the thing. We did, Mitch Lawrence, one of our other folks here, host here, was there as well. And he's called in. We did a couple live shows. And he said that they issued 55,000 tickets each day. I've been to Pinehurst. Obviously, you were there. You've been there several times. I cannot imagine 55,000 people in Pinehurst, period, much less on one golf course.
Here's the thing. Yes, I have been to Pinehurst many times. We have friends in Pinehurst. We golf in Pinehurst.
We love Pinehurst, by the way.
We love Pinehurst. It didn't seem like it.
Oh, good. Okay. So it wasn't...
At all.
Okay.
I went to the Open in 2009. I've been to the PGA Championship in Kiowa.
Right.
It did not seem like there was 55,000 people there.
Okay.
So the crowd control was great.
And what about getting from, your parking spot? Did y'all have...
Well, we had a very nice parking pass. So we parked in the K lot. So all we had to go to was the elementary school, and there was maybe 15 cars there.
Wow.
However, my parents went into the red lot or the blue lot, and they really had no problem. I have parked in one of those lots before.
Right.
They're very good about it.
The shuttles just come in and out.
Yeah, it's really no problem.
Those streets are so narrow, but I guess they've got it all worked out.
And here's the thing. So we came in Friday night. We decided that we wanted to, if we were going to go for the Open, we were going to go experience it, so we did.
Right.
We got into town about 7:30, and we were like, well, We could just go to a local restaurant and just get something to eat. And I was like, nope, we're going downtown.
We're going to the Village.
We're going to the Village. I also had a friend, I want to give a shout out. He opened up a new cigar store, Vine in the Ash, and his opening day was Tuesday. So
Nice.
definitely want to go check it out and wish him good luck. So
Right
we did.
downtown?
Yeah.
Okay, Vine and Ash.
Vine in the Ash, right in the Village on Magnolia.
Vine in the Ash. Mm-hmm. Cool. That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful bar. I mean, this place, he really did it right.
So it's a cigar bar.
It is.
Okay, and so
Yeah.
Vine would stand for the
wine.
wines. Okay, is it more than wines, or is we might as well talk
He
about
has
it.
beer and wine.
Beer,
Yep.
wine, cigar. Nice.
Yeah.
We have a new stomping ground.
It is. You have to smoke outside because that's North Carolina rule if
Right.
you're not a freestanding building. But he did a beautiful job with the build out, and everybody
Okay.
go. If you're in Pinehurst, go see my buddy Steve. It's a great place.
Okay, so you get there, you go in Friday night.
Parking was a little hairy down there. I had called Advance, and they said, well, they're being very lenient.
Okay.
And from what I heard now with the U.S. Open, they're trying to build a center space for everybody.
Nice.
They did it last year, so every night they're hosting something. So that night they were having a symphony
Okay,
right in the middle of the Village.
cool.
Now, if you went down a ways to the Pinecrest Inn, they were having a huge block party.
All right, let's talk about that, because I'm
We
thinking,
will.
okay, golfers and symphony. All right, yeah, but okay, but golfers like to party. So where was that? That was at the Pinecrest?
That was at the Pinecrest, and it was a party, and we had a really good time.
Well, how are those people sleeping?
I mean, so the ladies' room, if you've never been to the Pinecrest, the ladies' room is on the second floor. So I went upstairs to go to the ladies' room, and I'm just thinking to myself, no one's sleeping right now.
No,
There's
they can't be.
thousands of people outside.
Nice.
And I got to say, they were very efficient at the bars. They had, obviously, the main bar inside. They had 5 or 6 satellite bars outside.
Wow.
They had tents. They had food. By the time we had gotten there, it was late, so there wasn't any food.
Right.
But everybody was just having a rockin' party. They had DJs, and
Cool.
it was a blast. And I will say, it was a little bit of an older crowd, my age, your age. And then there was like a shift about 12:30. Our age started to peace out, and then all of a sudden it was like 20-year-olds everywhere. And I was like, this is, all of a sudden the younger wave really
I
started
didn't
to
even
come
know
in.
20-somethings went to Pinehurst. That's
I
cool.
didn't either, but they were there and they were rocking it. So
Nice. So
finally
you had to
about-
hang out, right? You hung out and checked everything out?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It was
absolutely.
great. And all I could think was, where is Shan? Where is my co-host?
I know, I should have been. I was holding down the fort here. I mean,
Everybody
had to.
was impeccably dressed.
including you, I'm sure.
Actually, I could have been a little better. I just came in off the road, so
Okay.
next time.
Next time. What
Yeah.
bag were you carrying? That's the important part.
I just had a Michael Kors bag.
That
was it.
I'm sure it's very nice. All right, so the one thing about the social scene at the tournament you got were done, did y'all hang out at one hole or did you walk around?
Well, we got there and we decided to hit up 1 and 2. And then we came back and decided to obviously sit at the range.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Dale being a golf instructor.
True.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it was the perfect timing because we got to see Rory, we got to see Adam, we got to see Brendan, we
Nice.
got to see Martinheimer, they were all just sitting there. Dustin was there. And we were there for 2 hours just
Wow.
watching.
Now let me ask you this: when Martin came on, or when he was hitting balls, was he just in a different zone than everybody else, or did he look like just everybody else?
No, I mean,
'Cause
everybody.
he played so much better than everybody else.
He did. I will say that everybody seemed very focused.
Okay.
They did. Adam was extremely focused.
Okay.
Rory was too. By the way, Rory has a tick in his swing.
He has a tick in his swing.
Yes. It's very, very, like, if you blink, you miss it. But he has a tick. And it's when he's pulling the club back. And I was like, oh my God, he has a tick in his swing. And he hesitates.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
He was doing it with 3-wood and a little bit with his driver. Yeah. So I picked up on that one.
I know. Okay.
Dustin had Butch in his ear the entire time, 2 days. I don't know if that hurt him or help him,
Well, he's paying him, so.
He is. But it was really interesting to see.
Now let me ask, since you brought that up, compared to the other guys, I mean, they obviously had their peeps there, I would assume. Did they have someone in their ear the whole time? Or was it very obvious that Dustin and Butch were just
Very
like,
obvious.
Oh,
Yeah, very obvious.
think he was babysitting?
They could have been working on something,
Okay.
you know. Who knows?
And I did see in your comments on the blog that we'll put up later, Paulina was rocking some dark extensions, so she was barely
She was.
recognizable.
Well, you know, Paulina was there. Dale and I were walking around, and then we're like, and we had recognized Dustin's brother, obviously,
Right.
and there was another guy from Myrtle Beach that I had recognized, an older gentleman, and some big guy Paulina was with. I didn't know who he was. And then Dale's like, hey, there's Paulina. And we were walking right behind her, and I was like, there she is. Like, literally right behind her.
Yeah.
She is the tiniest person in the world. I mean, she looks like she's 19.
Wow.
She doesn't look anything like her photos. She's so tiny. Tiny.
Tiny.
And she just was kind of incognito and by herself. I mean,
Except the big dude.
she did have this big dude, and then when they all left, she was just walking the course with the big dude, and that was it. And I mean, no one could really tell it was her.
So
no
they-
one went up to her or anything.
So Dale and Dustin went to school together.
They did.
For a while. Okay. So
Well,
the-
no, Dale had graduated and Dustin had come in. But
Okay.
ironically enough, Dale said the last time he was at the Open, he was with Dustin. The two of them rode up to Pinehurst together. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Very cool. All right, so I have to say, other than Martin winning by such a landslide, I mean that was
Yeah.
pretty interesting. And somewhat exciting because that doesn't happen at the Open very often. I have to say the most excited thing about this year's Open is that we no longer have to listen to Johnny Miller.
Oh, God. Fox Sports, right?
Let me tell you,
Fox Sports is getting it next year?
I guess.
Ugh.
I didn't even look because I don't care.
I think that was it. I
There
think
were
that's who's
two.
getting
I
it.
didn't get to watch too much of the Open. Any minute I had, I did sit down in front of it. But the entire, one of the reasons I didn't care much, I muted it after 2 holes because he is so negative.
He's awful.
Oh my gosh. The, that whole pine straw issue, where it's completely the player's choice, the
The native.
native, yeah. The official was right there telling Keimer what he could and couldn't do. He decides to clear out an entire section, doesn't move the ball. Everything's fine, and the whole time, talk about Butch and Dustin's ear. I felt like Johnny Miller was in my ear going, this is so dumb. My words, not his, but this is so dumb. This is so stupid. Why would he ever do this? I can't believe he's doing this. He had a shot, blah, blah, blah. He'll never. Oh, my God, I about died. And what does he do? He gets up and down. He makes, he saves bogey on that hole with an unplayable. That was probably not, he had a few more shots to give, but my goodness, give it some credibility. If a guy playing that well is making this decision, there's probably a reason.
When did Johnny Miller become the expert? Like, when did he become the end-all, be-all?
The god of golf?
Yes.
I don't know. Well, and then, I can't remember now because I was in the middle of laundry too, but 1 or 2 holes later, he's in the sand, in the native, and he just goes on and on about how he's not going to get his club on this ball because it's in some kind of rut. Well, first of all, Johnny Miller's up in some stand somewhere. I know they've got good cameras, but please. And then he hits it, 12 feet and makes the putt? I was like, just
But then he tells him how he
shut-
would have done it.
Yeah, I was like, just shut up. My goodness. Well, now we don't have to listen anymore.
I'm so happy.
Me too.
And then at the end, it's like, oh, we're really going to miss, being with Johnny. And it's like, all right, enough. We're done. Get him off the air.
Yeah, just be done. And, mad respect for what he did. He obviously was a great player, but I don't know what's happened to him. Maybe he can go back and, enjoy life some and start smiling, but he's got perma-frown, too.
He's miserable.
Okay. So, we don't want to be miserable, but enough about that because we're excited that he's out of there.
He's out of there.
All right. What's this about all the fat people playing together?
Yeah. So the USGA pairs up people for, the first couple of rounds, and they had past Masters winners, past US Open winners, past PGA Championship winners, and then they took the 3 heaviest guys and decided to put them together.
Kevin Stadler, Shane Lowry, and Brendan DeJong.
Yes.
The question was, what do they have in common? Well, they were paired together. Is that the first round? That was the first 2 rounds? Or the first? But they all weigh over 200 pounds each. And
Yeah.
it was very obvious. You don't just pull people's name out of a hat. Even one of their caddies is referring to them as the hefty crowd or whatever he said. they got offended, and I don't blame them.
They did. They really did get mad, and they weren't going to say anything unless they had, depending on how they played. And, but here's my, okay, I'm going to go into my man up because here's how I feel about this whole thing. I'm on the range. I'm watching.
Right.
I've got Rory. Mm-hmm. I got Brendan.
Yeah.
And then I've got Adam Scott. So I've got like the two like most like amazing bodies, and then you got Brendan. Okay, so here you have like Rory like hitting Adam, and they're both like for every 10 balls they hit, Brendan hits one, and then he kind of looks around, and then he talks to somebody, and it's like put the cheeseburger down, get in shape, look who your competition is.
Yeah,
like really. Like, you gotta, these guys that he is playing against are in amazing shape. Mm-hmm. Amazing shape.
Right.
And they all are. Everybody who was on that range. And then you look at him, and it's like, you know what? I could never have left that range feeling good about myself. And he totally wet the bed that round on Saturday. And, I mean, it had to be pretty intimidating looking at Rory and looking at Adam Scott. Their biceps, and they're just like, killing the ball, and it's like, oh, here I am, like, I'm just saying, if you don't like it, do something about it.
Well, he's not a bad player. I mean,
he's not, but he played in college, and I know my husband played against him in college a couple of times, and there's some stories. I'm not going to get into them, but he's had this reputation for a while, and he's a little lazy, and he's a good stick, and he can play. But as far as his physical and who his competition is, he needs to do something about it.
And you said he even looked a little sloppy, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, come on. He's sweating. He's hot. It's hot out there. It's, 90-something degrees. The sun's beating on you. Rory's in all black, and he's like not even like dripping.
But I have seen heavy people that do dress well. There's a difference between being sloppy and just not dressing well.
Yes.
I mean, heavy people can still dress well, but he wasn't even dressed well.
Well, I mean, his outfit was nice, but his shirt's coming undone.
Yeah, no. So here's my thing. We'll have to look it up. I'm not sure what the past winners have looked like, but it's been a long time. I mean, like you said, with all the flat bellies out there and people really working hard, think of how good he could be. And one of the
and I mean, and I think Tiger kind of brought the fitness into the sport too.
Well, Lowry came out and said that, this is a quote, "When I saw it, I was pretty annoyed," Lowry said, noting that he's lost 18 pounds in the last 6 months. I think
Good for him.
Yeah, I think it's very cheeky of the USGA to do what they've done. I don't think it's fair to the three of us. It's a mockery, to be honest. And then it goes on to say, "I think the USJ is a little mean and insensitive, but that's just the way it goes. They're invoking their 5-year-old sense of humor. I don't care. It's not like I don't pretend that I'm not a fat ass."
That was Stadler who said that.
So, I mean, these guys know, and, kudos to them for addressing it. But you're right. I mean, you've got the former Masters champion, Bubba, Adam, and Charles Schwartz are all playing together. Then you've got Webb Simpson, Rory McIlroy, and Graham McDowell made up the threesome of U.S. Open winners. I mean, and then you've got the
leftovers.
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't seem right. I mean, the USJ really should have looked hard at that one. I mean, it doesn't take a brain surgeon to figure out that was not going to go over well.
Well, if one of them had won, then guess what? They would have been paired up in that group. So the bottom line is, our Man Up Monday is going to be Brendan DeJong.
Yep.
You wet the bed on Saturday, pull it together. You want to be in the class with the others. I will give a shout out to Lowry, who's lost 18 pounds. Good for you. He sees what's going on on tour. And if you're going to walk four rounds in the heat, you'd think they would all be really skinny.
Well, you would think, but, I don't know. It's one of those things. It is one of those things. So let's talk a little bit about some things that went on the course. Amazing Zach Johnson had a hole-in-one on number 9.
How cool was that?
Loved Zach.
I mean, that was so cool. And I guess, if you're going to go play in a U.S. Open and play number 9, you need to have Kenny Perry.
Because Peter Jacobsen in 2005 had a hole-in-one, same hole, with Kenny Perry.
That's really cool.
Don't you know Kenny's hating life, though? I would have been like, damn, what about me?
Yeah. And
Really?
I know. He's like, really? Really?
I play
Great.
with me every day.
Yeah, I play every time.
I play with me every day, and I'm not seeing that. Okay, so let's finish up the show with our man crush. Holy cow.
God. I came home and I got the mail and my jaw dropped. And I mean, I got to see him in person. I think he's really hot anyway. So when I got to see this, I was speechless.
I'm even more jealous now. But on the cover of Golf Digest, Keegan Bradley. I mean,
I might have
Yeah.
to like name my first unborn son Keegan just because of this cover.
it is. It's in, a very non-traditional golf outfit. I mean, he's
Yes.
got a button-down long
Tommy
sleeve.
Hilfiger.
Tommy Hilfiger of all people. Now, how long has
Well,
Tommy
that's his
been?
sponsor.
Yeah, but Tommy's not like one of the. He used to be, and maybe he's getting back into golf big time. But he's kind of fallen out of it a little bit. But great to see him back, and the colors are phenomenal. And I don't care what you say, he is rocking it.
And he has his Air Jordans. That's his signature. He had them on during the golf tournament, and now he has them on the cover. And ladies, go to a newsstand. Go find this cover. There's
Yep.
a couple other pictures of him in the magazine. He looks amazing. Those baby blues are just piercing, and he's adorable. He is so cute.
And it says one tip to improve everything this summer. I'll tell you what will improve everything. I'm buying my husband that outfit.
I know. I said that to Dale too. I said, "Hey, honey, we're going to Tommy Hilfiger and picking that up."
As a matter of fact, they both can order it from their merchandiser. So
That's
yeah,
right.
you go buy it
Yep.
when you come home. What a gift! What a gift! So 4 ways to shoot in the 80s, also on the cover, and how to get a killer short game. So lots of good golf stuff in Golf Digest, but yeah, buy it for the cover. Paulina, whatever.
No, this one's for the ladies.
Yeah, this one's for the chicks.
The guys got their cover. Now the ladies get theirs.
Yeah, Hubba Hubba is an understatement.
Statement.
Well, I think that pretty well wraps it up, except for one of the newest things we just saw this morning. Yeah, apparently Rory McIlroy sent an angry tweet to the airlines over his lost clubs. Are you kidding me? They lost his clubs?
Yeah, they're misplaced. United, he landed in Dublin. He's not too happy from Newark. And he just said, "Hey, United, landed in Dublin yesterday morning from Newark and still no clubs. Sort of need them this week. Can someone help?"
Holy cow.
Yeah.
And they were 2,000 miles away.
United writes back, "We understand how important your clubs are to you. Please follow and direct message us your bag reference ID. We'd like to follow up."
Oh my gosh! Wait!
So-
Oh, and I'm on. You know what? On the I hate pop-ups, but everyone out there, stop spending your money on pop-up ads. They are so annoying. I'm going to stop buying anything from anyone who has a pop-up ad. Okay.
And then it says, a couple of minutes later, it says, "Good news." This is United again at McIlroy Rory. "Good news, your clubs will be in tomorrow. We'll deliver them to the tournament for you."
I see that now. And 106 retweets with 75 favorites. That's hysterical.
I love that this all went on social media. I mean, only Rory, So I think it's terrific.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Forget going to customer service anymore. Just start tweeting
it.
Just tweet the airline.
That's it.
Hysterical.
I mean, I don't think I would get my clubs right away, but maybe one day, when golf gossip, I need my clubs.
We need our clubs. We're going to play. All right. So this edition of Golf Gossip has been awesome as usual. Thank you, Jamie, for
Thank you, Shan.
co-hosting with me. It has been produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com.